My name is Sasha Watson. I'm an immigration attorney with HAWM Law. I've been practicing law for over 10 years. I started my firm with my former law school classmate, Alicia Adamson Prophet. We had a vision to start this firm while we were in law school, and we separated and went our separate ways, and had some practice experience with different firms. Alicia practiced with the public defender's office. I practiced with a private firm, and then we decided to come back together and started our firm in 2010. So we are celebrating our 10th anniversary this year. As a young adult, I would say I'm still a young adult right now, but as a younger person, I would say my mindset then was that I was very, very competitive. I was always in competition, probably with everyone, but more so with myself. I believed in multitasking. I had to do multiple things at a time. I was always involved in everything. In school, I was in every single organization. I don't know why I thought that was the thing to do. I wanted to be everywhere. I wanted to be in everything. To some extent, I think the term now is that you have FOMO, fear of missing out. And so that was my mindset then. You just being a busybody, always doing things and being everywhere and being in the know and always active and present, and that was my mindset, back then. Now I am a lot more strategic. I'm a lot more mindful of my time. I think time is definitely a very scarce commodity, and I value how I spend that time and how I use my time. I exercise and understand the power of saying no. So I participate in very few activities, and I pride myself in the organizations that I do participate in, and I try to actively participate in those activities and do them exceptionally well. So I think as I grow and I mature, I believe less is more. As cliche as that may sound, I think as you age and you mature, you do really get a better understanding of that and how to better and more effectively and efficiently manage your time and your resources, and how you allocate those resources, especially the resources of time, because you really don't have a lot of that. 5 major lessons that I have learned is, number one is to know who you are, and to really have a deep relationship with yourself, enjoy your own company, and to be comfortable in your own skin, and just being by yourself and with yourself, and really enjoy that time within your own space. As you start a family and you have kids, and you get less of that, but you really do appreciate that more. I would say number 2 is to set boundaries for yourself and for the people around you. Don't take people for granted, and don't in turn, I would say also don't let people take you for granted as well. Number 3, there are no shortcuts. Hard work and grit are definitely the basic ingredients to a solid foundation, especially if you are an entrepreneur, or an executive in any type of business. That is definitely what it's going to take to be successful in the world. Kindness, number 4, of course, kindness and humility is what is going to take you a very far way in this life. I think that is still the hallmarks of building good character, is to be kind and humble. And number 5 is, because I'm a lawyer and people tend to call me anytime something goes awry in their life, people tend to want to sue and do all these things. I still would say that you can solve a lot of problems by just having a simple conversation with someone. Picking up the phone and having a polite conversation will take you a far way. I can tell you that that's how I resolve a lot of problems and get a lot of issues resolved, is by having polite conversations. And I encourage people to still do that. You do not have to necessarily go to, even, mild arguments to necessarily going into court and having all out litigation. Not everything requires you to sue. So sometimes it just requires a polite, meeting of the minds to get a lot of things resolved. And my advice to anyone out there right now that is just really trying to determine, where they go next in life, or, determining what they want to do with their life, I would say it would be, and it's kind of how I live my life right now, it would be to be content, but not be complacent. And what that means is that no matter where you are in your life and no matter where you find yourself in life, is that you should be happy. There's always something to be thankful and grateful for in life. There's always something to be joyful about, no matter what your circumstances are. But that also doesn't mean that you should settle for your circumstances. It does not mean that you should resolve yourself to your circumstances as well. You should also always be striving to improve yourself at the same time. So that would be my advice to anyone out there, is to be content but not be complacent.